Dart skill presents investigating integers. An integer can be a negative number, let's say -4, or maybe -3, or -2, or -1, or it can also be 0, or it can also be a positive number like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, but it's never a fraction or a decimal. And these dots at the ends indicate that they can continue forever and ever on either side of 0. So the positive integers extend on this side of 0 to the right of 0, they keep increasing, and the negative integers keep decreasing. So that on the number line, the smaller numbers come on the left and the larger numbers come on the right. Obviously, you have the fractions and the decimals in between the integers. For example, the decimal number 0.5 or 1/2 would be between 0 and 1. More than 0, but less than 1. Now, when you look at an integer, its opposite is the same number on the other side of 0. So we could say the opposite of 2 is -2. You keep the same number and just change the sign. 2 becomes -2. In the same way, the opposite of, let's say, -4 is the number on the other side of 0, that is 4. And then if you can think of this word opposite synonymous to the word negative in math, what does that mean? That reads like negative of 2 is -2, but negative of -4 is 4. So you should keep in mind that when you take a negative of a negative number, it turns the number to a positive. 4 means positive 4 on the positive side of 0, right? So for example, if you were to add the number 3 with its opposite, 3 plus opposite of 3 is -3. Just like we have over here, opposite of 2 is -2. 3 plus -3 is nothing but 0. A number and its opposite will always add up to 0. But if you were to subtract, if you were to do 3 minus -3, the negative of a negative of negative turns it to a positive. So this is eventually equal to 3 plus 3, which is 6. And then, like I said, the smaller integers always come on the left and the larger ones always come on the right. So if you have any two integers, for example, let's look at 2 and 4, the very fact that 2 is on the left of 4 indicates that 2 has to be less than 4. A pretty obvious fact, but let's say you have two different integers called a and b. You do not know what a and b are, but you know for sure that a comes before b. When placed on a number line, you could safely say that a is the smaller of the two. And obviously that means if you're going from right to left on this list or on the number line, so if you're going this way, you're actually arranging the integers from largest to smallest, largest first. So for example, if you have 4, 3, 2, 1, then 0, then -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on, this side becomes the smallest and this side is the largest. Hope that makes sense.